This photo of our very own Tracy Moore went viral across the country. It sparked a much-needed conversation with our fans and our community about racial discrimination and gender profile. Tracy is here alongside our Member of Provincial Parliament for Toronto St. Paul's, Dr. Jill Andrew, to share their insights and experiences on this topic. Good morning, and thank you both for being here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wish we could be here for better news, but I think it's a good discussion to have, right?
It's so important, and you sparked it with this photo. So let's take a look as to why you posted this, Trace, and what was the catalyst to it. It was a comment that a viewer or an audience, somebody sent it to you.
For sure. So this came in on my Facebook page, and it was basically about my body being too muscular, looking very masculine, and then backed by this racist pseudoscience that when you compare white women's bodies to black women's bodies, overall black women feature slightly more masculine. So listen, you and I, we get a lot of these comments. We're all three of us in the public eye. We expect to see people have a problem with the outfit we wore, or maybe they have an issue with the caption we wrote on a certain post. That's all fine and sort of par for the course. But when the reason why I responded to this one, and usually I don't respond to that sort of stuff, is because it was sort of the perfect storm of body shaming, which Jill's going to talk more about, and racism, quite frankly. And I thought, they caught me on the wrong day. I had time, and I thought, let me use this situation to bring some light to the fact that this is in fact happening in Canada, the land of the free. We all know racism happens right here at home. I didn't necessarily want to teach this dude a lesson, and by the way, it was a man, a white man. A lot of people thought it was a woman automatically, which is an interesting conclusion that people drew. So I blanked his name out. It's not about changing him. It's about teaching the lesson to think before you type. Check your racism, your classism, your homophobia, your elitist nature. Keep that at home. What you feel about my body, whether you think it's masculine or feminine or skinny or big, is none of my business. I don't need to know your opinion on my body. And then the second part of it is just sending a message out there to all the young black women, and men I'll add, that are constantly being demoralized. Our bodies are being policed constantly. You know, me, Serena Williams, Michelle Obama, Simone Biles all sort of want people to understand that your ideas about our bodies are none of our business.
Well said. I
don't want that affecting the way you walk in a room or you are in this world. We all know certain assumptions are going to happen being a black woman. You're going to have to deal with that. But let's not put up any more barriers for ourselves. Life is hard enough. So respect yourself and defend your body always.
And you did get an overwhelming amount of support. But there's still so much to do to talk to help hopefully remove the discrimination, the stigma, the ignorance, and educate and support one another. You also have a hashtag, sizeism sucks.
Yes, sizeism sucks. It's all about addressing weight, size, and appearance-based discrimination. This is a national campaign. We've received over 40,000 signatures in support of having size and appearance added to the Ontario Human Rights Code. So we can't be discriminated based on those prohibited grounds. And I would add Gabby Sidibe to that list.
That's right.
You know, because when you are black and you are larger or fat or curvy or whatever euphemism you may use, you're automatically seen as, you know, unsexual, you're seen as unattractive, you're seen as unintelligent, and you're also seen as intimidating. And that is where the, you know, misogynoir, that's where the sexism, the racism, and of course the fat phobia or size discrimination comes to life.
How did you both get to be this strong? Because I will say, I'm sure there's people looking at you both. You're so intelligent, you're so loving, you're so confident, and you have these platforms. Were you always this way? If there's somebody watching at home right now, as you mentioned, male or female, who are being picked on, bullied, body shamed, what do you say to them, and how did you get to this place of strength?
You want to start, Jill?
I can start, absolutely. I was not always like this. I was body shamed at 15, 16. Racism, sexism, fat phobia on public transit. You know, my first tip is, you know, be careful of who you have in your network. You know, this is why young girls, women, men, gender non-conforming people, everyone, we need to build better, healthy relationships with one another. We need to be advocates. We need to stand up and be positive bystanders. You know, the Bill 61 that I'm raising in the House, to bring awareness around eating disorders. It's also about bringing awareness and education around healthy relationships, body image, self-esteem, all the kinds of topics that we need our young people in this image-saturated society that we live in to get. They need to learn about consent. They need to learn about online bullying and how to advocate against that. And that is why, having an updated physical health education curriculum is so important to address all of these issues.
And you trace all the cowards behind the keyboards?
Well, I would say that what was interesting about a lot of the comments I got, and there were probably about just under 3,000, was that a lot of people were saying, "You're beautiful, you're beautiful." And I started getting embarrassed immediately because I actually wasn't asking for you to tell me I'm beautiful. I am fine with all of this. Like, I have no problem with my body.
Exactly.
There are good days and bad days, but for the most part, it's not about how I feel about myself. I have a lot of positive self-talk. I have a lot of positive influences around me. I have a mother and a father who love me. I have a husband and kids. Like, all of that.
It wasn't for validation, it was to teach a lesson.
Yeah, it wasn't for validation. It was just to teach a lesson. And also, to tell people, please don't shy away from the race piece. Don't shy away from that part of the conversation. We are not going to be able to solve the racial divisiveness we see in society if we are all so afraid of speaking about race. There is hatred that is running out there. I've had the N-bomb dropped to me via direct message.
Many
we all
times.
have.
Many
This
times.
is not, and the fact that people were so shocked was shocking to me. Why are you shocked? This is the path and the journey that we're walking through every day. It doesn't matter if you're an MPP or the host of a national television show.
We're not talking about it, so thank you
We're
for
not
doing
talking
that
about
today.
it.
Well, I also think, we have to get away from this narrative of being in a post-racial society. Anti-black racism, it still lives here, and we have to address it. And it's not only for black people to address it, it's for all people to address it.
Thank you so much for talking about this. We're going to continue that conversation. Please follow Dr. Jill at Jill's Last Word, and of course, our own Tracy at the Tracy Moore. We're going to continue this conversation on Facebook. Head over to facebook.com/BT Toronto to join in live. We could talk to you all morning. And Tracy, I've always said this. When I felt powerless, you've always been there for me to fight for me when I've never felt the strength myself. And you both strengthen so much of us with your words and your love, and talking about this is so important.
Honey.
So thank you. We're going to keep that going. Thank you so much.